Hello, grumpy old fart here. Um, I wanted to. Several months ago, the U.S. Navy announced that UFOs are indeed real. They have gun camera footage off the carrier Nimitz. Go back and check out my video, UFOs Evidently, and it'll explain all about it. But now that the Navy, U.S. Navy, has announced that UFOs are real, now we have to go back and look at some of these historical cases with an eye of credibility, because these people were stigmatized. Some of them were deemed crazy or whatever, and we can't have that. I mean, if these people, now that we know that UFOs are real, these people, they may be justified. And here's one of the more credible cases. A man named Obarski, George Obarski, January 12th, 1975, in New Jersey. Mr. Obarski owns a liquor store. George Obarski. He owns a liquor store in Manhattan, and he lived in New Jersey. So after closing, he was driving back and forth, every night home. He's going to go home, right? So he's driving home one night. It's like 3 a.m., and he's driving through a park on his way home. He saw, it was 3 a.m., so, he saw a 30-foot disc. It looked like it was 6 foot thick, basically. It looked like a big pancake, 30 foot across and 6 foot thick. He saw this thing come down and land in the park ahead of him, and he's watching it. These small figures, he said they looked like little kids in snowsuits. They jumped out, and they ran over, they took soil samples with small shovels, then they jumped back in and took off. He said they moved very fast. So they jumped back in and they took off again. Okay. And he watched the whole thing. He was terrified. It scared him to death. He had no idea what to think about this. He gave a recorded interview, and you can hear it in his voice. He was scared. He was scared. You can hear it in his voice trembling the whole 9 yards. Now, his account was verified. His account of the event was verified, okay, by a doorman who worked at an apartment building across the street, and by an entire family who lived nearby. This family saw this UFO going down the street, slowly. This lady ran out of her house barefoot in a nightgown, trying to chase the thing down. Okay, I mean, serious events. You don't do that for nothing. You don't do it for a weather balloon. You don't do it for swamp gas. They know what they saw. These people aren't crazy. Solid, down-to-earth people. Now, George Obarski, O-B-A-R-S-K-I, George Obarski, very rational individual. He did not scare easily. His liquor store had been robbed multiple times in Manhattan. So, he didn't scare easily. He knew fear. He didn't know, he's no stranger to danger. He knows, he didn't scare easily. This terrified him, okay? He maintained his story until his death in 1990. His son is absolutely convinced his dad was telling the truth. And who are we to disparage this guy? Okay? This guy lived his whole life. As far as we know, he was a stand-up guy. Nobody ever caught him lying or cheating on his wife or his taxes or anything like that. As far as we know, this guy is salt of the earth. And he said he saw what he said he saw. And he's been corroborated by a doorman and an entire family in the area. So, taking soil samples from New Jersey at 3 a.m. in the morning. Them aliens just keep astounding everybody. You folks have a good day. God bless one and all.